Hey, Xeon Rule here, bringing you another Battlefield 3 commentary. I'm using the G53 on Canals, and it's a team deathmatch. But this commentary is going to be a little interesting one. It may be a little controversial, I don't know. But I'm going to talk about parents, pretty much. Parents and children. And how they have changed. So, as some of you may know, I'm a father. I have an 18-year-old, or excuse me, 18-year-old. Yeah, that'd be crazy. No, 18-month-old daughter, and so I'm still new to the whole parenting thing. But as I got older, I realized as I'm getting older, I realized some different things that that parents do. And one of those things that I've noticed in the recent years has been violence, and how whether it be video game violence, television violence, etc. Parents are focusing on that. It's all about sheltering their children from violence, whether it be, like I said, whether it be on television, in video games, in real life. But the bottom line is that this world is not a friendly place, and the sooner children figure that out, the better. I mean, obviously, you don't want to have a 6-year-old on the streets freaking getting in fights every day. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that you can't have children think that that the world is all, daisies and roses and nothing is going to happen to them ever, and they're always going to love their lives, etc., etc., and everything's always going to go well for them. Because it's not. It's just not going to happen. That's not how this life works. You have to work for what you're going to get. And, the reason I'm coming up with this is because, so I read an article, and it was about, it was about wrestling. And I don't know if any of you ever watched wrestling. I did when I was younger, and, it was all about, The Rock, Stone Cold, Steve Austin, and Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and what they called the, apparently now they're known as the Attitude Era. I didn't come up with the name. But anyway. So, I haven't watched it in a long time, but it's, it's something that I just decided to read because it crossed my eye, saying that wrestling is becoming too childish, as they called it PG. Which, I guess it's a bad thing, I don't know, but apparently what had happened was that one of the actors had made a joke, I think it was about like Kobe Bryant or something, and got fired for it. And he apparently went on Twitter and ranted about how it's wrestling is changing because of the times. And he said he blamed it on one of the big wigs or whatever, but really I'm blaming it on all of you parents, all the parents out there who have blamed wrestling on their kids doing stupid things. And no, it's not wrestling's fault, it's not video games' fault, it's not television's fault, it's your fault. If your kid is gonna go out and do heroin and shoot up a school, that's the parents' fault. It has nothing to do with Marilyn Manson, it has nothing to do with the music they listen to, it has nothing to do with anything like that. The only person that you can blame is yourself. If you don't take responsibility for your actions as an adult, there's something wrong with you. And all you're doing is showing your children that it's okay to blame somebody else or something else on, for your failures, whether it be, school grades or freaking violence. It doesn't matter. Anything that you as parents will turn around and say, oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. Oh, but wait, I don't want you to do this or that because you're a kid and I need to shelter you. You're not allowed to go, you're not allowed to walk to Walmart because it's a mile away and you have to go through an area where a bunch of high school kids a bunch of high school kids sit around and you're only 13. No, fuck that. When I was 13, I was, walking around and doing whatever, but, yes, everyone is, kids are going to get in trouble, kids are going to do stupid things, but the only thing you can do is help them. You can tell them, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you're, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're not supposed to do. But you can't say, okay, this is what you're going to do and this is what you're not going to do, and then when they do what you're telling them not to do, blame it on the media, blame it on, music, freaking video games, television, movies. It doesn't matter, because that's not who you should blame. You should be blaming yourself for, using television as a babysitter. You know how many times I have seen or heard of parents sticking their kid in front of a television, then going to do whatever just because, they know their kid will just sit there and watch television. No. Have them go outside, have them, get active, and don't just try and keep them sheltered and have them watch Sesame Street until they're 22. It's not going to work out that way. Yeah, but anyway. So, like I said, that's just how I feel, and I feel like violence is I don't want to say a necessity, because it's not a necessity. That's a terrible thing to say, but it's going to happen. It's something that is going to happen regardless of how, good or bad you raise your children. But you can raise your children to say that, you can raise your children and tell them that this is not what you should do. And, that's it. If they do it, then I don't want to say you failed as a parent, but that's pretty much it. Because, my parents were very tough on me. They weren't, they didn't let me do whatever I wanted, or et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like I turned out pretty good. I'm in the Army now, and blah, blah, blah. But, like I said, I think it's definitely something that is the parents' fault, but who knows? Who knows what you think? So just let me know what you think down below. Tell me what you think about parents, children, violence, media, etc. And this commentary is getting ready to wrap up now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like and favorite the video and subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, well, thank you for watching.